Yeah. Yeah, money make the motion, got hood make the money, and bitch I'm from the trenches, I'm trying to see 100, ain't never been a bitch, you can't take nothing from me, and when I was a youngin', I swear I stayed on dummy, I'm on a mission, got me cooking in the kitchen, bitch I leave my pots dirty, let my hype scrape the dishes, I'm familiar with that dope, and I know that rutabaga, you ain't get no money if you don't keep a group of haters.
Alright man, welcome to the 290 More Podcast. I appreciate your time. If you could, introduce yourself to my viewers and listeners.
Yo, how y'all doing, man? It's your boy Y.T.S Keese, man. Y.T.S on the beat, man. You know how we coming. 9300 baby, man. Live in effect.
Okay. Definitely appreciate your time, man. We was kind of talking before, man. We familiar through Brian Stinson, you know what I'm saying? A brother that I ain't never met personally, but somebody I need to sit down with quick, you know what I'm saying? Because I done had, you know what I'm saying, millions of artists come through here. Not millions, I'm talking shit. I done had a handful of artists come through here, man. They were like, yeah, Brian Stinson sent me through here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never met the man in the flesh, you know what I'm saying? So I owe him a great debt. I'm in debt to the man, you know what I'm saying? So let him know, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate him, man. I'm waiting for him to come through.
Oh, for sure.
But we got you right here, man. So we'll start there, man. Let's talk about the name, man. What's to the name, man? Explain the name for us.
So, Y.T.S Keese. Y.T.S Keese came about, I'd say like when I first started rapping. But it's like, it kind of started off as like, I don't know. It was like a symbol for me in some type of way. So it's like at the time I was rotating with this dude and stuff like that. You feel me? He was my homie at the time, and this around like 2015, 2016 before I even really like took rapping serious. You feel me? And in the city they had this little movement with the YTS going on, and I liked that movement. You feel me? With the whole YTS. So bro was telling me, he was like, all right, if you're gonna use YTS, you can't use theirs, you feel me? Because they already got a whole movement going on.
What is their YTS like? What is
it's young trendsetter. Young trendsetter. So like that's what YTS stand for, young trendsetter. But my YTS stand for young trained soldier. So bro was telling me like, if you gonna use YTS, you gotta switch it up. You gotta come with your own sauce. So he ended up saying young trained soldier. And when he first said it though, I wasn't really rocking with it at first, because I'm like, young trained soldier. I'm like, I'm gonna get older sooner or later, so I'm like, you gonna young trained soldier. But when I really sat down and got to thinking about the things I was going through in my life and what I had going on at the time, as far as like being in the streets and like maneuvering and stuff like that, I'm like, that kind of fit me though, because I'm like, I'm alright, I'm young, and then I done been through certain things, so I feel like I know how to maneuver through the streets and like just maneuver through life in general. And then I'm like, everybody a soldier, you feel me? Especially coming from where we come from, especially like me in general, like coming from over east, you feel me? It's like, it's a lot of trials and tribulations that come with being from over east. So it's like, I feel like I've been through a lot. So it was like, I'm like, all right, bet I could rock with that, young trained soldier, you feel me? It actually means something, instead of just, you know, some people like just come up with names based off from their hood, or like little goofy names and stuff like that. I'm like, my name actually means something to me. So I was like, I'm gonna stick with it. YTS.
For sure. That's definitely dope. And I can honor that, man. So I want to talk about coming up. You said over East, man. Like, what was your experience over East like, man? Because right now, especially in the music scene, over East a little famous. You know what I'm saying? Right now, especially with the G Herbos, and you know what I'm saying, and the pocket towns and stuff like that. So, what was your experience like over East?
Okay, so like I'm from 93rd. You feel me? I'm from 93rd Street. You feel me? So the part of 93rd I'm really from, like, if you really want to be technical, I'm really from like Blackstone to Anthony, in my opinion, you feel me? But my Pacific hood is from, like, you feel me, Jeffrey to Luella. But growing up over East though, I ain't gonna lie, it was decent at a certain point, like, you feel me? You know how it is when you a kid, you know, you just running around with all the neighborhood kids, y'all doing bad shit, you feel me? Just running around doing y'all thing. But it's like, once I started transitioning and starting to see the East Side be a little different once I got to a certain age, around like 15, 16, because that's around the time when like the street stuff started coming into play, you feel me? So that's when things started changing. But yeah, but as far as like how I grew up though, like, I ain't gonna lie to you, I had a decent childhood though, you feel me? Like any other kid that grew up in Chicago, you feel me?
Yeah, that's all you trying to tell motherfucker. Like, everything in Chicago, like, you got your horror stories, man. But my childhood was busting, shorty, until like 7th, 8th grade, till motherfuckers shit started. But before that, shorty, I'm talking about outside to the. I remember my OG, we was coming to Chris, she was like, get out. Shorty, get out, I don't care. We ain't had no cell phones. We ain't tell her where we was going. She was like, get out. I'm sure we can't do that to these kids nowadays. Shorty.
Exactly. And that's the crazy thing about it. Like, when I was growing up, I got the last little back end of being able to go outside for real, for real. Like it wasn't as like bad as it is now. Like everybody shooting and like so much stuff going on. You feel me? Like when I was coming up as a kid, like being 13, 14, 15, you was still able to go on the block. Like that's when we ain't had to have Facebook or like phones to see where our homies was at. You feel me? Like we'd just go outside on 93rd. If you went outside and you moved around long enough, you'll see the guys. You feel me? You'll see all the kids out there playing basketball and stuff like that. And that's another thing too. I grew up like playing basketball at first. You feel me? Like I was a hooper.
Yeah, we be outside. I'm sure. Like I remember in that, I still remember like the joint was always the joint. It was always real, but I remember it was a different like the decorum to the shit. Like I remember motherfuckers telling us like, "Hey, y'all gotta move around. Y'all gotta go in the house." I'm sure there's something going on. Y'all gotta go in the house.
That's how my older guys did me too. Like we'll be sitting in the hood right there on Chappelle, sitting there hooping. Cause in my hood, my neighborhood school is called Joseph Warren. So we'll be sitting in that parking lot just hooping and stuff like that. I'll be right there with all the older guys. But if something finna happen, hey, nah, so you gotta go down the street. You feel me? You can't be right here no more. Something finna go down right here. So you feel me? They always looked out for me and let me know what's going on and stuff like that. For sure.
So it's a lot of things for a young brother to get into in the city, over east, period. Anywhere in the world, it's a lot of things for a young brother to get into. So, what was your aspirations coming up, you know what I'm saying? When they told you could be anything you want to be, you know what I'm saying? Doctor, lawyer, what did you think, you know what I'm saying, you was going to be in as an adult?
Honestly, bro, I ain't even gonna front my mood. Like, I didn't know what I was gonna be like coming up. Like, I couldn't sit up here and tell you, like, probably like 10 years ago, I'd have been sitting here in front of a camera telling you that I wanted to be a rapper or a radio personality and stuff like that. Like, it wasn't never like that. Like, cause, like I said, when I was coming up, before I got into the streets and stuff like that, I was just a regular kid. Like, I never really had an envision of what I wanted to do with my life. You feel me? But but see, the thing about it is, my homie that passed away, before he passed away, he was big at rapping. You feel me? He was doing this thing rapping, like RP my boy Mujah. You feel me? That's one of the people that inspired me to, you feel me, start rapping and stuff like that. Cause I used to sit in the garage, as kids, like I said, we was hooping and stuff, but we was also smoking. This around the time when, you start smoking a little, but I won't smoke like I smoke now though, but you feel me? Smoking a little bit and stuff like that. So we'd be sitting in my garage. We'd be sitting in my garage chilling. It'd be like 10 of us. That's like when people still had their friend circles. It'd be like 10 people at a time. So we would just be sitting in a session. Everybody get high. People want to start rapping and stuff. You feel me? So we would just be in there rapping. Bro, and be doing their thing. And I used to be in there salty because, they'd be like, go ahead, spit something. And I could never go like how bro them could. You feel me? I could never just go out the top of my head. So it's like, you feel me? That's how it started. But I never knew like, I wanted to rap. But it didn't get to the point until after my homie passed away. That's when it really got to the point where I felt like, all right, in some type of way, I want to rap. I want to tell my story, though. You feel me?
Okay. So, do you remember like your exact instant? Like, what was your matter of fact? Let me ask you this: what was your subject matter? Them first few songs when you first started making music. What was you talking about?
When I first started, cause what it really was for me is like as a kid, I didn't really have a voice that I got now. Like I couldn't really say certain things. You feel me? And like be outspoken like that. So at first I started rapping as far as like, you feel me, a way to tell my story, to get certain things off my chest, because I had a lot of personal stuff going on too, like because I lost my homie. Then I had personal stuff going on as far as like my family and stuff like that. So I'm like, man, I need an avenue to say certain things. And then like I didn't grow up in a household where I felt like I could tell my OG certain things. Like I could talk to her and tell her, but it was like certain personal things that was going on outside. I couldn't really talk to her because my OG come from the era like, she come from like Mississippi. She come from an older era. So like certain things that was going on in this generation, she didn't rock with or she wouldn't really understand. So me sitting there trying to talk to her, she wouldn't really understand. And then at a point in time, all my big cousins was locked up. So it was like I ain't gonna say I was just out there lost. Like I ain't had nobody. I was really just out there, me and my homie now. We had to figure it out.
You learn from, that's what I tell people all the time, you know what I'm saying? Like my father wasn't around like that, but I learned how to talk to a female from the older guys on the corner. I learned how to get money from the older guys on the corner. I learned how to act from the older guys on the corner. It wasn't no man teach. OG, love her to death. I could talk to my OG about anything. I'm not finna come in here and talk to you about no poop, about no little females. I'm not finna.
And that's the crazy thing about it though, cause whole time when I was growing up, I ain't gonna even from my move. I always told myself like, I wasn't gonna be like my Pacific older cousin, you feel me? Cause like I said, he was locked up and stuff like that. It was all type of stuff going on. So I always told myself, I'm like, nah, I don't want to be like that. I want to be better than him. That's always my mindset. I want to be better than him. But it's crazy cause Man, I always tell myself I want to be better than him, but then in some type of ways I end up kind of being like him in some type of ways. Not all the way, but in some type of ways. You feel me?
All right, man. So now you doing music, man. What's the goal at that point? Like when you fire, is it just for fun? Is it just, you know what I'm saying, to make a name for yourself? Is it just for the females? Like at that point, what was the goal at that point?
When I first started, I didn't really have no goal. Like I said, it was really just giving me an avenue to say certain things that I wasn't really just able to just be openly and saying. But then once I started getting to a certain point when I started really rocking with it and be like, all right, I could really do this shit. Like I fuck with this shit. It got to the point where I needed to rap. Like it got to the point where like I didn't feel the same without being able to do it. Like without even being able to write something down or just being able to freestyle or something. Like it was like it was fucking with me that I couldn't do it. So I was like, man, I gotta do it. Like I gotta start taking it serious. So it got to the point I was like, man, this might be my career. Cause what really happened was I made the transition because 2018 I graduated from high school and then I went to college. I went to SIU. You feel me? I did a year at SIU. So my second semester at SIU, I had to sit down and I had to make a conscious decision because I'm basically sitting. I'm like, man, I'm in college. I can't really pay for it. I knew I couldn't pay for it when I first went in the first place. But the thing about it was I only went because it was so much going on at home. I'm like, I don't want to get locked up. I don't want to get killed out here. It's so much going on. So I had an opportunity to leave out the hood. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to take that opportunity and see if I can run with it. See if that could lead me to a better opportunity and figure out what I actually want to do in my life. Because I didn't know what I wanted to do until I made that decision. Because it was either I'm going to put my full 10 toes behind basketball or I'm going to put my 10 toes behind this music. And I was like, man, if I put my 10 toes behind basketball, I can't focus on music no more. But like I said, not being able to make music, it had me feeling some type of way because it was like, man, I really had a real passion for doing it because it was like, it was at a point where I used to make songs. I even do this now. I used to make songs and I wouldn't even record them or put them out. It'd just be times I'd just be writing stuff down, just getting stuff off my chest or getting stuff off my mind. You feel me? So I just made that decision like, okay.
Like therapeutic.
Exactly. It was therapeutic for me. So I made that decision like, okay, I'm gonna be 10 toes with this music. I'm gonna go back home and then I'm gonna give me a job, you feel me? Or do what I'm gonna do to give me some money, stay out the way, and then I'm gonna just use that bread to put it behind my music.
Okay. So just talking to you, you know what I'm saying, from just me, you now, you know what I'm saying, we had a cover of references from being home, you know what I'm saying. So if you don't mind me asking, you had to sit down? Is that one?
Yeah, and it's so crazy. I had to sit down twice though, but the first time I caught a UUW, you feel me? I got caught with a pipe, you feel me? And then I had to sit on house arrest. But the crazy thing about it is sitting on house arrest, I ain't learned shit for real. I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't learned shit for real. Cause it's like, as soon as I got off house arrest, I got right back to doing the same shit I was doing. But I was really worse though. And because only reason I say it was worse, cause around this time, it's PPP time. Motherfucker got some bread.
Oh, yeah,
so I'm out here doing what the fuck I want to do. I got my own car, my own pipe, you feel me? I'm moving, I'm doing what I'm doing. But it ain't like I was just out here doing anything. It's just I was, you feel me? I ain't get no fuck. I was out here, you feel me? So I was out here. So it didn't take for me to get booked the second time and got caught with another pipe that I really had to sit down for that little 6 months in the county, you feel me? And that's when I really had to be like, okay, what the fuck am I doing? Because it's like, okay, even the day I got booked, it was like, it was so weird how I got booked. I'm like, bro, I should have been mine at the crib doing some music or something. Cause I got my own studio and shit now. You feel me? I got my own little software and stuff like that. You feel me? My own little laptop, my studio recording and stuff like that. So I be doing my thing at the crib. So it was like when I got booked and I was sitting in that cell, and I'm like, shorty, what the fuck is you doing? You 21 years old, finna be 22. You in jail. What is you doing? Like and then it started making me go back to when I was in college and thinking like, nigga, if it was like that, you should have stayed your goof ass in college. You left college to go back home to get locked up. Like
This your second pipe.
It's my second pipe case.
They convicted you for the first one?
Yeah.
Convicted felon with a pipe.
No, but see, that's the crazy thing about it. I caught the first one, and then I caught that for probation and shit like that. Okay. Then I was on probation for I wasn't even on probation, probably like 3-4 months. And ended up getting caught right back again. Damn. Goofy shit, you feel me? So I'm like, the second time really made me sit down like, bro, what is you doing? Like, you just had all that bread out there. You just ran through 2 cars, 2 pipes. Matter of fact, more than 2 pipes, like all types of like you just ran through all this bread, like you didn't do nothing with it. The only thing
You ain't invest. That's what I'm finna ask. You ain't
the only
investing.
thing I invested in that was good during that time was my LLC when I started my record label. That was the only thing that I did good in my opinion as far as
And that's like 150 though, so that's like you done ran through racks at that point. I'm sure LLC like 150. I'm sure.
man, and that's the crazy thing about it. But I'm so glad I did it though. I'm so glad I did it because now it's like it put me in a different mindset. Now like it made me look at it like you a boss. You got your own shit. Like you ain't just the regular rap out. You not the regular Chicago rapper because a lot of Chicago rappers can't sit up there and tell you they got a record label, a LLC. That's my shit. Like I own it. Love My Brothers Entertainment. Yeah, that's
A
me. And
business, an entity. I'm sure.
exactly. I own that with me and my boy Boss Chico. That's our shit for sure.
For sure. So when you when you catching, you know what I'm saying, your second pipe case, you ain't just why didn't you like just get discouraged? Like, man, fuck all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Shit was just going the best. I felt like it could good. Why ain't you just be like, man?
You said on the second
Yeah, like why you ain't just give up? Like why you ain't just get discouraged? Like, man, fuck that shit. I was just up to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was just doing my thing. I'm sure.
shit, I ain't gonna lie to you. People like him, big cousin him. I'm calling home. He getting on my ass.
Cause it's hard. It's hard. I done been there. Sure, I'm 9 to 5 out now. So, but I done been there before. Sure, it's like, you know what I'm saying. It was like it's easy. You know what I'm saying. I know I can get it like that. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure.
Cause like what it was is that second time. Now I'm in the county. Now I'm seeing like this my first time really in the county. Like the first time I went to the county, but the first time I sat in Division 5 for like a couple days. Then I got bonded out with I bonded. Then I went home on house arrest. You feel me? So the second time I really had to sit in that motherfucker.
Sure.
I was sick.
Sure.
Like when I tell you sick, I'm in that, but like, and I wasn't scared. I wasn't worried about no nigga.
Nah, I feel you.
Not even on no tough ass shit. That like I wasn't on none of that. It was just on some like I was sick because I'm like, shut.
Ain't do shit.
This your second pipe case. These people ain't finna play with you. Then man, like I said, I caught the second one months after I fresh on probation. I ain't even did none of my stipulations or none of that. Like none of that shit. I'm fresh on probation. Like I ain't even been on that bitch 6 months.
Did you even get a bond when you saw the judge for that second?
Hell no. On Chief, I was on that bitch on a bond hold. I had a hold on my bond. Cause basically at that point I had 2 cases now.
Right, for sure.
Cause I violated my probation and then now I got this second pipe case. So I had to sit in that motherfucker. I was sick. Like when I remember I had my this was either my first or second court date when I was in that motherfucker. I'm in Division 11. Man, I went to court. I'm thinking I'm finna be in that bitch. At least go talk to the judge and see if I could at least try to get a uplift on my hold on, cause I had a hold on my bond. Cause for the first case, which was the probation case, you feel me? I had a no bond on that, and then on the second case, I had a $5,000 bond on the second case. So I couldn't bond out even if I came with the 5,000, cause I still had to hold on the first case, so I had to sit regardless. So I'm in that bitch thinking like, all right, I'm finna go to court, woo, see if I can get the hold up lifted and shit like that, and see if I could call home and see if my people could put that little file together. I go home. I'm still thinking it's sweet. Man, I went to court. That white man looked me dead in my face. I walked up to the camera. I wasn't even sitting at the camera like in court for a minute. I asked the man. He say, you know how they do the little status woo talking to him, like set a new court date. I say before I left the screen, I say, excuse me, Judge, could I say one thing? He's like, what you gotta say? I was like, we can't even talk about like uplifting the bonus. He like, man, hell no, you gonna sit. You gonna sit. You just got here. You talking about uplifting the bond? Hell no. You just got caught with another gun. Hell no. He basically was on some, cause this the same judge from the first case. He like, I just blessed you. Sure. And you came right back in front of me with this bullshit again. Hell no. You gonna sit.
That shit super ugly now. No bond, I'm sure.
The crazy thing about it,
they say no cash bond, so it's.
Oh yeah, it's sick now.
They say it's 100% up to him. Fuck you talking about? I'm sure.
Man, I swear to God, I went back on deck. I ain't want to talk to nobody. It's like I lost my best friend. I was salty. Like I ain't want to talk to nobody. And the crazy thing about it is, like I said, not on no tough shit or nothing like that. Like I wasn't walking around the county like I was super swole or super on that or none of that shit. I was more focused on, man, I need to get the fuck up out of here. So when I went back on deck, motherfucker seen the energy they seen. I wasn't trying to kick it. I wasn't trying to talk none of that. Motherfucker walking up on me, damn, shorty, cool. Oh, man, I'm sick. I don't want to talk. Because the only thing I was thinking about was, I was thinking about my OG. I'm like, man, if something happened to my OG while I'm in this bitch, I'm going to be blue. Because in some type of way, everything I was doing in my head when I was out there, I felt like I was doing for her. Like running around the streets trying to get some money, you feel me? Serving, doing what I was doing, you feel me? I felt like I was doing for her to help out her around the house. So now that I was gone, And I knew how big of a support system I was for her, being there for her on the daily. So I'm like, damn, I can't even be there for my OG. I know ain't nobody gonna do certain things for her like I do it. You feel me? So it made me sick. I'm like, man, so what is you doing? You supposed to be out there for your family. You supposed to be out there for your people. If something happened to one of your family members or even one of your niggas right now, you can't do shit.
Right.
So I was salty. I ain't gonna lie to you.
So when you get back this second time, what's different? Like, did you already have a plan coming out? Like, what did you do differently? What was the plan? Like, how did you come up with that? Did it involve other people? Like, what was the goal once you came home the second time after you say you really learned your lesson this time? Like,
So sitting in the county and like I don't know about other people when they was sitting in the county and stuff like that. I was looking at the other niggas I was around and I was looking at their stories and looking at their cases. I'm like, shorty, you just caught a blessing. Cause how I ended up coming home was I did my little 6 months and then I ended up calling my lawyer one day because we was finna get ready to go to court. And this was around the time where I'm thinking, I bet. Some time that went past, I done sat in this bitch. This around August. This around like, yeah, August. It's 2022. Just like around August and then shit like that. So now I done had a whole birthday in this motherfucker. And that's another thing that fucked me up too. I had a birthday in the county. I'm salty as hell. Like, what type of birthday is that? I couldn't even enjoy my shit for real. So I'm sitting in that motherfucker. And I'm talking to different people, and they telling me like, man, when you get out there, you gotta move differently. Because I was in there rapping too, though. Like I wasn't over rapping all day, every day. But you know, you talking, rotating with people. They like, what you be on out there? What you be doing? I'm telling them I make music and stuff. So I'm letting people hear my flows and hearing certain songs I knew at the top of my head. They like, sure, you got it. You got to go out there and focus. You got to do better. Then, like I said, I'm calling home. I'm talking to cousins and shit like that. They telling me like, gee, you gotta do this shit. Like you tripping. Like you got it. Like what type of time you on? You so focused on trying to be a street nigga and doing street shit. We need you to be a rapper. You ain't finna come out here and do that. Him specifically, he got on every time I call him. Hey, you in there right? You got your notepad?
that's a real nigga right there.
Hey,
Cause
man, you
some,
right.
some
If you-
niggas don't be niggas like be afraid to tell you shit like that, or motherfucker give you more support than like me personally. You know what I'm saying? And that's just cause I know a lot of people that I fuck with. You know what I'm saying? Might not necessarily know how to show support. But like when I was on bullshit on Shorty, I got a whole bunch of love on Shorty all day long on Shorty. All day long I was on bullshit when I was on that time on Shorty. My phone stayed off the hip, you know what I'm saying? But now that I do this, you know what I'm saying, I probably get 10 likes on a post, you know what I'm saying, on Shorty. But when I was on that other type of time, I got way more support. But, you know, that's just, you know, a lot of people don't know how to show that different support because that's where we come from, you know what I'm saying? So I don't hold that against nobody, but on Shorty.
And the crazy thing about it is like, cousin ain't no yes man. He gonna get on your ass. If you doing something he don't think you should be doing, or you ain't doing it the right way, he gonna tell you. He not gonna sit around and let you do no fuck shit. Like I even told him, like me and him 101, we sitting there smoking and shit. I told him like on some real nigga shit, like you don't even know. Nigga, if you was out here when I was growing up, as far as like in my teenage years, nigga, I probably wouldn't even be who I am to this day. Because I know for a fact, him being who he is as my big cousin, I don't think he would have left me drift off in the streets. He would have got on my ass. Cause like I said, before I really got into the streets, I was a hooper. I was like, you feel me, doing my thing. I know, cause we do our kids that's growing up like that now. We don't, hell no, you not finna be out here in these streets. Even, not even on some, you not finna just be from right here. You not finna be from nowhere. You finna be in this school. You finna go play football,
Duke
basketball.
University, that's where the fuck
you
from.
You gotta take us out like that. You ain't finna be out here in these streets because we know what comes with the streets. So we ain't trying to have our shorty them out there in it. Hell no.
I always say that though. My father, he passed away when I was young, like a sophomore in high school. But he tried to like get shit better before he passed. But I used to tell people all the time, like my life would be totally different if he was still alive, Shorty, because that's the only man I feared. Sure. That's the only person I feel like. He tell me like, come in the house, do your homework. I was in my house doing the homework. On sure. OG could tell you some shit, but it's like, on sure, you know what I'm saying.
Like you could,
she can't even with me no more. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
You could
like,
fake. I ain't gonna say go on OG, but it's certain shit like you could get over on your OG with your pops. Pops ain't going. For
I remember that man told me one day, he was like, yeah, I fucked up. You want to fight? You know what I'm saying? You can get that shit out you right now. So I'm like, no, I'm cool. Sure. You got it, sure. Oh, sure. But no, man. So you get home, man, and you got a plan, and man, and it's music. Is it strictly music, or what all does it entail? If you don't mind me asking.
Okay, so like my plan was, I started thinking, I'm like, gee, you got a whole LLC. I had my LLC since 2020. You feel me? So, but like I said, when I first got my LLC, I didn't know what to do with it. I just knew like, your LLC, it's like it's a business basically. You feel me? You official, but I didn't know what like all came with having an LLC and like what's the benefits of it. So like I wasn't really using it to my full advantage.
It's
So
a bank account.
stuff like that. You feel me? See, like if I would have knew all that back then, I would have been on top of that. But see, like one thing I could say though, like I never really had that one person like as far as on a music tip though. I ain't saying like I never had no guidance as far as like cousin and stuff like that. But as far as like somebody who was actually doing music, I never had that person really pull me to the side and really try to give me some guidance and some real game. Everything I learned, even to this day, like I learned through experience and learning through like going through the trials and bumping my head along the path. You feel me? So it was like now I'm looking like, okay, I got 2 felony cases. I can't catch another one. And then with me being gone for 6 months, I done lost a lot of buzz, that my little fake little buzz I had on the music tip while I was out there. So now I'm like, I gotta find some type of way to regain I gotta find different type of ways to regain my buzz back. So the first thing I thought of was Brian Stinson. You feel me? So, and the thing about Brian is, I'll tell you a little bit about Brian, how I met bro. So like I met bro and like
that's why I ain't gonna flash, shorty. I'm not gonna flash, cause you know what I'm saying, I know you brothers from the internet, shorty.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of, you know, I don't know him, but I kind of catch a vibe from them. They're like totally opposite.
Totally opposite, but that's my dog though.
Pull together, so go ahead, continue.
So like I met bro in 2019, like when I first came home from college and stuff like that. When I came home and I started taking my music seriously and stuff, and that's when I started doing my interviews. And I did my first ever interview with this lady named Felice. You feel me? That's my dog too. I like her too. You feel me? You shout out Felice, man. Shout out Determined Radio, man. That's my dog right there. Her and Stacy. Them,
yeah, for sure.
I'm finna have them on Fusion Radio too though. But
got to.
I did my first interview with them. And you know, her and Brian, you know, they been cool. You feel me? They been doing their thing as far as like radio personalities and stuff like that. So they been cool. So I guess bro tuned into my interview with her, and he ended up emailing me. Like, you feel me? He ended up emailing me like, man, I seen the interview with Felice, and I feel like you got a lot of passion.
You check your email?
Like, but see, the thing about it was,
like, rappers don't check their email.
No, I don't. But see, when it came through though, it was like this around the time where I wasn't getting emails like that. So it was like, as far as like on the music tip, you feel me? So when I seen that specific email come through, I'm like, hold on. I know this ain't, you feel me? Not even on some like, oh man, I know this ain't Fusion Radio, but on some, I know this ain't somebody hitting me up.
Opportunity.
Like, opportunity, basically. You feel me? So I'm reading it. He like, yeah, bro, I tuned into your interview with Felice, and I like your music. I tuned into your movement and stuff like that, man. I was trying to see like if we could set up an interview. So I'm like, I'm low key starstruck at this point. I'm like, cause this when I'm first coming back, I ain't really got no buzz for real. Cause this around the time where I was still slowly but surely getting out my shot stage as far as like telling people I make music and I'm a rapper and stuff like that. I ain't really had that confidence yet built up. So I'm in my head like, man, this nigga want to do an interview with me. I'm like, shit, I ain't even got 10,000 views on the song and no shit like that. I ain't even got a certain type of name. This nigga want to do an interview with me. So I'm like, I feel good about myself. I'm like, damn, now it make me feel like I'm on the right path because motherfuckers hitting me up trying to do like work with me. So I'm like, I bet. So I did the first interview with him. After the first interview I did with Brian, it was like, bro, he stayed in contact with me. Like we kept chopping up and stuff like that. And then it got to the point where I started fucking with bro on like a personal level. You feel me? So once I started fucking with him on a personal level, it was like, I bet I really fuck with this nigga. Like the man, like I'll tell you this story. Like the man took me to, I forgot what we went. I think it was Best Buy or something like that. Cause after the first interview we did, I was talking to him about radio edits as far as like your music and stuff like that, getting your songs radio edited and stuff like that. So he was basically telling me like, I want to show you how to do that so you can know how to do it. So when you go to these other platforms, you can already have your shit radio editing. You ain't got to worry about paying nobody, or you ain't got to go to nobody or nothing like that. You ain't got to stress on it. So this man literally, and man, he don't know me from a can of paint. The man literally came and got me from the crib. We chopped it up, you feel me? He took me to Best Buy, bought me a whole laptop. Man, I don't know this man for a year, 6 months or nothing. He don't know me from a can of paint. I could have been a serial killer for anything this man know. Like,
stick up, man.
All type of shit. Like, he real like pulled up to my crib in the hood. He pulled up in the hood, came and got me. It was just me and him. He came and got me. We went to Best Buy. He got me the computer and stuff like that. And then he downloaded the software as far as like to do radio edits and stuff like that. And he showed me how to do it. And then since then, it just made me look at him in a different light, because it made me look at him like it's certain niggas in my hood, or just certain niggas I've been knowing my whole life that ain't even did certain shit like this for me. So I'm like, this nigga don't owe me nothing. I'm like, and he did this for me. And like the laptop he bought me wasn't no cheap ass laptop. This like a HP laptop. This like $1,000 laptop. So
Best Buy don't even got the cheap laptops. You don't go to Best Buy for them.
So I'm like, I'm just sitting there thinking, I'm like, It's either two things to this nigga. I'm like, either he one of them niggas that try to get in good and early, and then when a motherfucker blow up, a motherfucker still be right there and get some back ends off a motherfucker, or he really genuine fuck with me. So I'm like, I had to think. I'm like, nah, it ain't the first one. It's the second one, cause it's like you ain't getting nothing out of it. Like he didn't get nothing in return from that. He didn't get no money from me or nothing. All he got really was a friendship and a real bond and a friendship from me. That's all he got. And then since then, me and bro been locked in. But as far as me being a part of his show, what happened was, like I said, when I came home, I was trying to find some type of ways to pick up some motion. You feel me? As far as my music career, so I tuned back into him just on some. I've been gone for 6 months. I want to see what my boy been up to. You feel me? Follow the show and stuff like that. I was seeing that bro was doing the show by himself now. So I'm like, damn, bro doing the show by himself. I'm like, man, I'd love to be a radio personality. You feel me? And like do what he do all like you feel me all the time. So I'm like, let me hit bro up and see what type of time he on, see if he'll even be willing to let me be a part of his show. You feel me? So I just hit his line and I was like, man, like, what you think about me like being your co-host? You feel me? Because at that point we already locked in. This is my big brother. You feel me? We already got that relationship. But he was like, at first he was on some like, yeah, it ain't no problem. You can always come down, co-host a show. You feel me? It's whenever you ready. But I had to tell him, I'm like, nah, I ain't talking about just one specific show, because that's one thing we do offer at Fusion Radio. Like certain artists, they could come in and co-host the show with us. So I guess he thought that's what I was talking about at first. When I was like, nah, bro, I mean like actually be there with you every week. You feel me? Doing what you do all the time, learn from you. I want to be a part of the show. He like, you really want to be a part of this? Like, you really want to do this? He was low key shocked. I'm like, yeah, I want to be a part of like you doing some amazing shit, especially for the underground artists in the city. You really putting on for us. So I'm like, yeah, I want to be a part of that. And it was like the man embraced me with open arms. He was like, hell yeah, I want you to be a part of this. He was excited too though. Like, and then it was like, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was like September 24th, 2022. That was my first episode of Fusion Radio. And then since then, me and bro just been doing our thing. That's my boy, man. That's my dog right there.
That's dope. And Fusion Radio, they definitely, I see y'all all the time, you know what I'm saying? Y'all definitely making an impact. So real quick, what is Fusion Radio? What is it?
Okay, so Fusion Radio, for the people that don't really know and stuff like that, Fusion Radio is really like, I want to say it's a podcast because it's not really a podcast, because we own FM radio. Like, you feel me? We on 88.9 on Saturdays FM radio. You feel me? But see, the thing about it is a lot of people don't understand. Like, that's a college network. You feel me? That's a college station. You feel me? So it's really for the students at that school, at the Pacific School. But like, they give us the opportunity because they call us community DJs. That's our official title as far as like
Can you say the school? What school is it?
What you mean?
Can you say what school it is?
Illinois. It's like Illinois Institute of Technology. Yeah, that's what it's called. Illinois Institute of Technology downtown and stuff like that on 31st Street.
So it's downtown.
Yeah, it's downtown and stuff like that. So like, it's not downtown, but it's like,
I know what you mean. I consider down. As soon as I see downtown looking shit, it's downtown.
Yeah, for sure.
We could be on Taylor. What you talking about?
Exactly. So yeah, so like, it's a college station and stuff like that. So we only stretch so far from like probably like from right there to like probably like no farther than probably like 63rd Street or something like that. You feel me? So we got a small little range, but at the same time though, we talk to so many artists in the city. You would think that we was like GCI or like.
And the look, I'm just watching y'all clips on like the studio, like that shit look like.
Oh no, it's definitely a top flight ass studio though.
I thought you was finna say that shit was FM on 137 countries or something. I'm sure.
But see, that's the crazy thing about it. Like, and that's one thing I always tell Brian. I'm like, bro, we got this small little platform and we do so much with it. They can't even really fuck with us for real because we get so much good feedback and so much love off this small platform. Think about if we was in the same category as far as like 92.3 or 107.5, and like no shot at them or nothing, but it's like, it's just certain things that we bring to the table as far as like doing for artists and like really trying to put on.
You ain't wrong.
They don't do that type of stuff.
That's why I feel what puts platforms like what you guys do and what I do. I feel like that's what we bring better content because we talk to the real. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no stipulations, right? Ain't no discrimination, ain't no stipulation to who we talk to. Like, if you got something to say, we're gonna talk to you.
Exactly. And we treat every artist like they Jay-Z or like they Kanye. We don't look at no artist like because you only got a certain amount of views or you only doing this or you ain't got to a certain level that we don't want to talk to you. No, if you got a story and you really passionate about this music and this is what you want to do, we'll give you an interview. On Chief, we'll give you an interview and we'll sit down and talk to you and one thing I like about Fusion Radio is we be having real conversation. Like, it get to the point where Bro, we be in there talking for so long, we be down there forgetting that we got a certain like 3 to 5. You feel me? We be in there talking about so much good stuff because like we be having real genuine conversations with these different artists that's coming in, and then with Fusion Radio, I got a chance to meet all different type of artists, like certain artists that I wouldn't get a chance to meet just
That's what I was.
being in the city. You feel me?
So that's why I was, nigga. That's like a cheat code. You a rapper that work at the damn radio station. Ain't that what Ludacris was doing? On sure.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
So do y'all play music? Like, is you spinning your own shit up there? Like, yeah, I know you got to, right?
Yeah, like I spend my own stuff, but see the thing about it be like we be having so many like we be having like the format as far as like the interviews and stuff like that, and most of the times the music we do play, it'll be like mixes and stuff that we got from our DJs that we rock with and stuff like that. We'll do it like that, but like it do be times where we do play like certain songs or like stuff like that. But my whole thing be I want to put my songs in a rotation and stuff, but like I don't want to get away from the artist though. You feel me? Cause like don't get me wrong, I definitely play my music. I definitely play mine, but at the same time,
too,
yeah, but it's like we don't really be having a lot of time to just play music like that. Most of the times we be like straight on the interviews. You feel me? Straight on the interviews, and like I said, we and the crazy thing about it, we only 1 day a week. We only on Saturday. Well, we got 2 shows. We got the Friday show and we got the Saturday show. But the Friday show is digital though. We just turn that show in and like stuff like that. You feel me? But the Saturday show is actually live in the studio. So it's like we be happy, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm just not getting in charge with the booking, like booking different artists. But we got artists booked up, damn near all the way to December. Damn near.
Yeah.
Like when I first started the show, bro, we'd be doing damn near like 4-5 interviews in one day. Cause especially like at that point in time, cause bro was backed up because of the COVID shit. Like we weren't able to go in the studio, so a lot of people like he had scheduled and backed up. Like they was supposed to get their interview, so it's like we trying to catch up and get back in order and stuff like that. But I ain't gonna lie to you, bro, we be doing our thing down there though.
That's what's up, man. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. That's good to see, man. What's the criteria for a Fusion Radio appearance or interview?
All you gotta do for real, bro, if you want a Fusion Radio interview, you either hit up me at on my Instagram, you feel me, Y.T.S_093, you feel me. You could hit me up and we could try to set up an interview, or you could hit up my boy Brian on the main Fusion Radio page at Fusion Radio 08, Fusion Radio 08. So you could just hit us up, and then like we don't just interview artists though. Like we interview other businesses, like people that come in with clothes, you feel me. Like we even interviewed a couple people that wrote books and stuff like that. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. It's like we just be trying to put on our people in the city. We just be trying to put on like and give people opportunities that they don't get at these other places.
We're gonna have to link, Joe.
Sure.
That's the same exact thing. You know what I'm saying? That I want to do with my shit, cause you know what I'm saying. Like I know a lot of people that's doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I just met you. You know what I'm saying? But you a young brother. You an artist and you doing radio. But I know people under 30 who entrepreneurs, who got properties, who got buildings, businesses, and they don't get enough, you know what I'm saying, they don't get enough camera time, they don't get enough, you know what I'm saying, promotion. Sure. So I feel like it's somebody duty, you know what I'm saying, to do that shit. Cause the news, you know what I'm saying, is even though the gangs, drugs, fentanyl, all that shit is reality, you know what I'm saying, but we still do got good shit going on. And what y'all doing, that shit like free. It's like
free promotion on some real shit.
Motherfuckers pay for shit like that. I'm sure.
And that's the crazy thing about it. A lot of people don't even understand, like, we don't charge nobody. Like, nobody. We don't get $1 from y'all. Like even like when people like hit us up and email us from different states trying to get their music played and stuff like that, we don't charge people to spend their music or none of that. Like, we all for the people. Like, everything we do is for the people and for the artists and stuff like that.
I don't think I never charge nobody to ask them no questions about themselves. So I don't think I could do that. And even though like the big people, like the big interview platforms, if it's any money exchange, they paying the people to come on they shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't I ain't with all that.
Because one thing I always tell Brian, and like I try to get him to understand, I'm like when I first started doing the show, I had to tell him like bro, we giving a certain type of service, so we gotta go about it a certain type of way. It's a certain type of experience we gotta give these people when they coming in here. So I'm like bro, that's why we get the love that we get, because a lot of people be thinking like it's gonna be like a GCI or like, you feel me, one of those stations and stuff like that. Like,
it could be the next big thing. You told him nah, cause he ain't have $100 to come on your shit. He just blew up the next day, but you could have had him on your shit. I'm sure, because he ain't have $100 to come. So for you to ask him questions about his life,
And that's how I be feeling though, low key. Like when I be seeing them artists coming in, they be talking their shit. Cause I ain't gonna lie, it be a lot of artists that coming in, and they be actually decent though.
Yeah, for sure. I met a lot of
A,
decent
a
artists.
lot of decent artists. Like I know for a fact, like one person off the top of my head that I could think about. Even like I even see him on your platform. I think ABM Dirt. You feel me?
Yeah, I just met him. Just talked to him.
Yeah, like
He's at like Smurf for real.
on T. But like when bro came in there though, like he came in there with some shit though, like, cause
Yeah.
I ain't gonna from him like everybody that come in there, like, you know, it be some weak motherfuckers and shit
Yeah.
like that, like, but I don't discriminate or like talk down them or nothing like that, but you know, like when you hear him, you like, man, low key, that shit weak though. But when that nigga came in there though, he was talking that shit, I'm like, I gotta get over him. I'm telling myself in my head, I'm like, cause like me personally, like the type of niggas I like to listen to as far as music, like niggas like Herb, Meek Mill, like J. Cole, people like that, like that's like lyricists, like that's really talking some shit, like people like Drake, like people like that. So when bro came in there, he was like talking that shit, and he had a different type of flow, and he was really talking about something. It wasn't just gang, you feel me, turn up, woo woo, like
Fitting
like
off.
it wasn't none of that. He was like really talking about some shit. So I'm like, I bet I fuck with him. He different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He
for
different.
sure. I know what you mean though, because in my position, people always be like, "How long your interviews go?" And I'd be like, "It's a vibe. It always depends on who I'm talking to, what they talking about, what we talking about." I'd be like, "You can always judge though. If you ever see an interview and it's like 20 minutes, you like they want to talk about shit or they didn't have no substance.
Man, I ain't
or
gonna lie. I told
can't hold a
Brian that
conversation, and I don't hold that against everybody. Like you said, I don't discriminate none of that. But you know, some people, some conversations are better than others. Some people are more prepared, you know what I'm saying, than others. You know what I'm saying. Some people just ain't ready, ain't meant to be in front of a camera at the same time. So I say this to ask you this, man. What do you? I don't know if you guys talk to it because you got a co-host. But what do you guys like do in a bad interview? Like when you talking to somebody and the music might be weak, or you talking to somebody and he give you one word answers to your questions. Like what do y'all do then? Do you just try to wrap it up quick or?
as far as that, like, what I try to do is like, see, and that's one thing that low key make I show a look good though, and that make the dynamic of what we got going on decent. Because see, like, bro ain't never been an artist, ain't never tried to be an artist, but he been around music his whole life though. You feel me? So that's one thing that make me as an artist. I bring the dynamic and I make the show a little bit better because I could bring certain things out of the artist and the guest that he can't bring out.
That's why I said them the best shows, cause y'all from what I can see from the outside looking in, y'all total opposite, and it still work good for both ways. You know what I'm saying, can relate to a certain crowd, and he can relate to another crowd. That's like the best yin and yang you can have on the radio.
For sure. But like it was one time we had this one interview like with this kid, you feel me? I ain't gonna say no names, put him out there like that. But it wasn't like it was a bad interview. It's just, you know, with a kid can't necessarily, I ain't gonna say like a kid, but like he wasn't really like articulating himself and really having real conversation. Like you said, like giving one word answers or not really able to really articulate the answers that we really wanted. You feel me? So like I had to basically get in my mindset like, okay, I'm not talking to a grown up. I'm talking to a kid. So like in some type of way, I gotta adhere to that. Like I gotta put myself in that type of mindset. Like, okay, let me ask some questions that he'll be passionate about, stuff that he actually care about. Cause I'm not saying like he didn't want to do the interview, but you could kind of tell like when a kid want to be there and when they don't want to be there. Like it's the vibe. Like you saying, like it's the vibe in the room and like how they talking and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, let me get it to the point where it's funny, where he really want to actually put himself out there and talk like that. You feel me?
Or ask it in a way to make them talk. Like you gotta ask them questions and then be like, so tell me how, or explain to me how. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Or it'd be like times where we had them interviews where like, cause we have a lot of artists that be like, that'll be their first interview ever.
Right,
so
sure,
they like, they'll be nervous, or we had like artists that come in that's like, ain't really that far in their career. So they kind of like just started as far as like being artists. So they really don't got that much to talk about. So it'd be like, I go into details like, okay, cause like one thing we do as far as the format of how we do our show, we'll tell the artist to send in 2 songs. And in those 2 songs, I'll be like, okay, now tell me about this song, how you was feeling about it, like when you made the song, and like tell me about like the studio session, what was going on, like what was the vibe when you made the song, like things like that. I'll try to pull out different things that Brian can't necessarily ask. Like bro can ask those type of questions, but bro he don't know like what a Pro Tools is, or like he don't know like what BPM is, or like certain things that an artist would know. He wouldn't know nothing about because he never like been in that type of situation. So it's like that's like one thing me being an artist bring to the show.
So y'all say y'all don't do no discriminating, but I always say like if I was in a studio and when I eventually get to a studio, when I get to that stage, that I'm gonna eventually, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna be telling artists like, you know, my honest opinion, you know what I'm saying. So do y'all, is it ever like a heat or week type of format, you know what I'm saying? What happened when you get them two songs and you like, what the fuck is this?
Like it's never like, see, me and bro, we like I said, we don't try to discriminate, we don't try to like talk down on nobody, because I always look at it like this, like, okay, these songs right now might be weak, but at one point in time I was weak. You
Yeah.
feel me? So I'm not finna sit up there and try to shit on nobody or tell them like, man, that shit was weak. Why you even come up here with that shit? Like, hell no. Cause like you said, he might be weak right now, but he might go back to the drawing board and like switch that shit up and get better. Then, like you said, this might be the next big thing. But I shitted on him now. Now he don't even want to work with me no more.
Man, he just made a whole diss track about your radio
feel me?
station and put y'all under.
Because all he remember is we shitted on him when he wasn't no shit. You feel me? Like, hell no, like
Hell
hell no.
no.
Because if people did me like that, I probably would have.
for sure.
I probably would have been discouraged. I probably would have gave up back then. I probably would have never took the time to get better as an artist. So, because everybody can't just jump in the gate just raw as hell. It don't work like
Yeah,
that.
for sure,
It don't work like that.
But in this age too, it's a whole way lot more rappers than it's ever been. And I ain't gonna fly short. Like I did my in the booth performances sometime, and I'd be editing them videos. So and I'd be, you know, you gotta hit a song over and over again. I'm like, so this shit is Bugatti on shorty. But
It's like, see, one thing I've been noticing though, like, it's like a lot of niggas, I think the influx of rappers and like entertainers and stuff, I think what it is because a lot of people been seeing niggas getting on and
that's
getting
what
their
it
bag
be.
behind
That's
it.
what it be.
So all they just want to start rapping
That's
because
what it be.
to get the bag. See, a lot of niggas think they could just go on YouTube, get a YouTube beat, go to the studio, rap on that bitch, and then they gonna make it. Nah, bro, it's like it's more to it than that.
I'm niggas on shorty. Nah.
I ain't gonna lie, when I first
I
got
be
into
quick
it,
to
I
tell a
thought that too, though.
motherfucker shorty. I be like, hey, shorty, it take one song to get rich, shorty. I be trying to tell my guys that rap because I got the shit right here. I be like, shorty, we need to get to it, shorty. I be like, it take one song to get rich, shorty. It take one song for us to buy a collar, shorty. Walk the bar.
No, I ain't gonna flex. In some situations, it do though. Like it do take that one song to put you on though. But I ain't gonna lie though, you can't just like it's with making music, bro. It's like one of those things that like it's either you got it or you don't. Bro, because like one thing I've been noticing as far as like making music, it's like it's not so much of what you saying, it's how you saying it. Because
Let me ask you this: is it a gift or a talent? Is it something you can learn, or is it something that you gifted with?
it's both. It's both. Because some people could be gifted at it and just it'll come natural type shit. You feel me? But a lot of niggas, like even myself, it didn't come natural. Like if I was to play you my first ever song and you'll be like, man, hell no, this ain't the same. Like if I was to play my first ever song to the song I just put out, 93 Bars Part 4, you'd be like, nah, this ain't even the same person.
But I would hope so, though. You know what I'm saying? That would show evolution, though. I would hope it don't sound the same.
Yeah, for sure though. But it's like, see, I don't know why niggas think they could just like go in that bitch and like write some dish. But I ain't gonna flex though. In my opinion, I feel like anybody could sit down and if they really took the time, write a good song. You feel me?
It depends on the format that you talking. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
that too,
saying?
though.
A lot
That
of the
too, though.
format now, you can get away with a 2 minute, you know what I'm saying,
Two
good
minute
ass
little
beat,
decent little
and you
beat,
just
yo.
said something 6 times over and over again. So it depends. But a brother like I like listening to, like, I grew up in the age where like 50 Cent was like raw, Eminem, you know what I'm saying? Even Wayne, like we was getting like 4 songs, you know what I'm saying? 4 songs, 4 albums, you know what I'm saying? Like I like to hear some type of, I'm cool with like the drill, the rowdy 2 minute, you know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that shit, but at the type of music I like to rap, listen to something, I like to hear something, like tell me something, tell me a story, tell me something, on sure.
And that's the crazy thing about it. Like, I ain't trying to talk down on nobody or nothing like that, but that's the main thing I low key hate about my city though. Like, cause it's a lot of raw motherfuckers in Chicago, like a lot of raw underground motherfuckers. But see, like, they make a certain type of music though. You feel me? They don't make the gang woo shoot 'em up. They don't make that type of shit. So like they get overlooked, but they got real talent though. But it's a lot of niggas like not even to like talk down on the niggas that is getting on for that
Yeah,
shit. But it's
sure.
like I don't see them niggas switching it up though. Like I don't see niggas like getting to a certain point then make a love song or make it sound. It's every song sound the same. So I'd be like, bro, what the fuck? Like, come on, man.
I got some little brothers like that right now. Like they got a little buzz, like with the drill shit. Short, I'm like, short, just make a strip club song now, short.
Something
Y'all got a buzz out now. Make a strip club song. So it's gonna be bitches shaking ass y'all song every weekend, short. You don't really necessarily like it, short, but you an artist, short. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of your occupation, you know, short.
But see, that's another thing too, though. See, a lot of people get that word misconstrued. Like a lot of people like to call themselves artists, but I don't think a lot of people understand actually what an artist is. See, an artist is somebody that can switch it up, that can do different shit, like not just one category. Like an artist is somebody that can. I ain't gonna necessarily say you gotta be able to sing and dance and all that shit, but like.
You gotta be versatile.
Yeah, you gotta be versatile. You can't talk about the same shit on any song. Like, ain't nobody gonna wanna hear that shit. Like, cause that's like, think about even like an album. Think about listen to a 10-song album and it's the same fucking song talking about the same shit every song. You're not gonna listen to that whole album because you're like, bro, you talking about the same shit on every song. Switch it up. Let me hear something different. Talk about a bitch or something. Talk about, like you said, give me a club song. Talk about your past. Talk about some pain or something. Like, you feel me? Like, niggas, I don't know, bro. Niggas gotta do better.
Talking about that, man. Let's get back to the music, man. Talk to me about your creative process, man. Like, what kind of artist are you? Are you punching in and out? You mentioned you got your home studio, so I can only imagine the you not writing shit because you can press record on your own. I'm sure.
I ain't gonna lie, like, don't get me wrong, I could freestyle, I could do my thing as far as like not writing and shit, but I didn't really got to the point where I'm like, all right, let me get back to how I really was. You feel me? When I first started, when I had like when the passion really grew to what it is now. You feel me? Let me sit down and really be concrete with what I'm trying to do, because it's like, okay, it's a certain type of message I'm trying to give off now. Because right now I'm in a process where I'm trying to build up my buzz to get back to working on 9300 Baby. That's my debut album that I want to get to the point where I get a certain type of buzz I could put it out, because I didn't put out a lot of mix. I didn't put out, like, I think, if I'm not for sure, like, because I had Only for the Real, that was my first tape. Then Only for the Real, that was my first tape. Then I had Young Train Soldier 1. Then I had Young Train Soldier 2. And then before I got locked up, I put out Just for Y'all. That was my last mixtape I put out. So I got four mixtapes.
Four projects.
Yeah, 4 projects. But with all those projects, I seen something. I put out these projects and niggas weren't ready for those projects. And what I mean by that is niggas weren't ready for a big ass body of work from me. Like, I really needed to build up my buzz, because I'm putting out all these songs. I'm putting out 10, 15 songs on these albums, and niggas ain't even listening to them for real.
No, bro. I don't know. Let me hold you. I feel like that's good, though. I feel like that catalog good, though. So when you do hit your goal, when you reach your maximum, shorty, motherfucker, we be looking. If I find out artists, I'm be like, oh, that shit raw. I'm going back. You know what I'm saying? See all the shit I'm amazing. You got 4 projects ready for me already. Oh yeah, I work 10 hours a day. I'm finna put that shit on repeat. On shorty. So I feel like it's a good thing to have that catalog.
Yeah, it's a good thing too, though. But me personally, one thing I noticed though, back then I used to be so thirsty to drop music. I wasn't doing, as far as on the business
quality on it.
Yeah, I wasn't putting the quality into them songs like that. Like, as far as the bars there, but like getting a mix right, getting a master right. Okay. Like, they don't sound how they supposed to sound, so they don't hit how they supposed to hit. Right. So now I'm looking at, as the artist I am now, I'm like, man, you know how cold these songs could have been if I'd have just slowed down and took the time to really do that. But see, like I said, I had to take all the bumps and bruises down this path. I never had nobody that really showed me, like, okay, this is how you put out a song. This is how you put out an album. This is how you do promotion. This is how you do marketing. I never had that. I had to figure all that on my own. So it's like, now I'm to the point where, okay, now I'm sitting back and really trying to learn the business and learn what I need to learn to actually make some money off my craft and really benefit off it now. So now it's like, okay, now I'm taking my time now. Now I'm understanding, like, okay, before I put out an album, let me do some press before. Let me do a couple of interviews. Let me go promote this album first before I just drop it on y'all head and y'all didn't even know this album was finna drop. Like, shit like that. Like, I used to drop albums like the last album I dropped, Just for Y'all. I just dropped that motherfucker. I ain't even put no cover art to it. And then the crazy thing about it, my homie asked me, like,
I'm sure you did some Drake shit.
He like, nigga, why you ain't put no cover art to that shit? I'm like, man,
you said no cover art.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I was really on some Kanye shit, how he did Donda. I'm like, man, I'll put that bitch black. No, none on that bitch.
That's Kanye,
black.
man.
But
that's Kanye. You can do that.
Exactly. Man. And that's what I have to think. I'm like, I'm in from my mood. Like I got a certain type of buzz to do that, and I don't. And then now I'm discouraged because now I ain't getting the numbers that I feel like I should get. but you ain't even doing the groundwork to get those type of numbers. So I had to sit down and go back to the drawing board and look at it like this, like, okay, I gotta come with a different strategy. I've been dropping music a certain type of way and I ain't getting the results that I want. So now I gotta sit back and think, what am I doing on the back end to get these results, and what can I do better to get better results? You feel me? For sure.
What do those things look like? You know what I'm saying? How do you get better results?
Like, as an artist, one thing you could do is like I said, do interviews, do shows, like put yourself out there in the mix, like, and that's another thing I had to get myself out of as far as like being an artist, like, cause you know, like I said, I started off in the streets, so like starting off in the streets, I got this street nigga mindset, so now I don't want to go to certain shows because I'm nervous of some shit happening or
same fucking way. You
feel me?
There be a lot of places I be like, sure, I be able to go by myself. I'm sure.
You feel me? I'm thinking like, nah, I don't even want to put the gas in that situation because if a nigga play, I know what's gonna happen. You feel me? We gon' you feel me?
Ways,
so I'm like, hell no. But then
bump into somebody from
but bro, them have to tell me like, man, we got you. We got your back. Like, we gonna be there. We gonna make sure you good. Like, you ain't gotta have that mindset. Like, nigga, let us worry about that type of shit. You go be an artist. Like, that's why I said like, just having certain people in my circle, and I make sure I got the right type of people around me to tell me these type of things, to be on my ass. Like, you know how many people like when they see me reverting back in my old day, hey, what are you doing? Go make some music or something. Like, what the fuck is you doing? You out here with us, nigga. You should be in your studio at the crib. You sitting out here with us. What the fuck is you doing? So now it's like, it put me in a mindset like, okay, I got to start doing more shows. I got to start bumping in heads with people. And then now it's like, one benefit I got is like Fusion Radio. I bump into all these different artists. So now my Instagram I ain't gonna say busting, but it's decent now. You feel me? Because now I'm rotating with different motherfuckers. Now they seeing my shit. You feel me? Because I'm a radio personality. Now that get them a chance to, when I do drop my music, they was already watching me because I was a radio personality. Now they seeing I do music. Now they like, oh shit. You know how many motherfuckers I had coming in?
And it's a perfect pipeline on sure.
Exactly.
I'm swapping information. Every artist come through this bitch, ain't telling who coming through this bitch. That's why I said it's like a cheat code on sure.
Cause I had so many motherfuckers coming in like, man, I looked you up. I listened to your music. That shit decent. Like, we gotta work. Like, different artists that come in there and shit like that and rotate with me. I'm like, yeah, that shit hard. I know it's hard. Like, and I ain't even on no cocky shit. I just feel like, me personally, if I could just get that fan, if I could build my fan base and let a motherfucker really hear what I'm saying, I don't feel like a lot of motherfuckers could really fuck with me if we gonna really be technical on the bars tip.
Talk more about building your fan base a little bit. Earlier in the interview, I asked you about your subject matter and your early music. Now that you know what I'm saying, couch your stride, what's your subject matter like now? Like, what can we expect, you know what I'm saying, when we put some music
on? Now it's like, what I'm trying to do now is on some like, I'm trying to tell the people like my story, bro. Like, I'm trying to really like build that buzz and get them to the point, because now I'm on the type of time is, okay, I could do the drill shit, I could do the turn up, shake your ass, you feel me? I could do that, but that's not me though. Like, if we really want to be telling, that's not the type of music that I want to make. I want to get on some Meek Mill type shit. I want to put some fat on your brain. I want to tell you about my struggles, tell you how I grew up, tell you why I look at the world the way I look at it, like shit like that. So it's like, when I sit down and I try to make a song, my whole mindset be like, okay, what are you trying to tell the people? What do you want somebody to take away from this song? What do you want somebody to know personally? Not even so much personally, but what do you want somebody to know about Y.T.S Keese after they get done listening to this song? And I want to put on my fans, and I want to put my the audience in a standpoint like, okay, he was cold on this song. Let me go check out this other song because this song was cold. I want to get them into that type of mindset. You feel me?
What goes into, I asked you about your creative process as far as, you know what I'm saying, actually recording music, but what are you looking for when you searching for music to make a song too? Like, are you looking for anything specifically? Are you locked in with a specific engineer? Like, what are you looking for when you?
It's on the engineer tip. I ain't gonna lie to you, ever since I came home though, I've really been like recording my own shit. I ain't been to like no real studios and like rotating with people, but I gotta get back to that though. At the same time though, I gotta get back to that. But cause I really been trying to hone my own craft and hone my own sound. You feel me? Cause like I said, I be so diverse and trying to be versatile. I be trying different shit, but I really haven't found that niche for me though. Like, you know how you got like, for example, like with Moneybagg Yo, it's a certain type of sound you know you're gonna get from Moneybagg Yo. Even though he could switch it up and do different shit, you know for a fact if he really want to get in his bag and turn you up and give you that sound to really show you who Moneybagg Yo is, it's a certain type of sound you get from that. Or like Young Boy, it's a certain type of sound you get from that. Lil Durk, them type of rappers. So I'm trying to get to that point where I figure out what's my actual sound. So it's like, that's really what I've been working on. And like I got certain engineers and producers I be working with, but my whole thing be when I make music, I want to catch a vibe, bro. Like it don't matter what type of beat it is. It's like it gotta catch me. Like it gotta be to the point where when I hit a song or hit a beat, I gotta already kind of know where I want to take it though. I already know like what I want to say, how I want to go with it. Like it gotta be that type of vibe. Like even like sometimes it be like I be having to sit there and really write some shit and really figure it out. But like my best songs be when I could just go. Like when as soon as I hit a beat, I already know what I want to say. I bet I could just get the right into that bitch, get the going, or like just get the freestyle into that motherfucker. That's why I'm really in my bag. Like when I get to doing that type of shit.
You said you mentioned catching a vibe. Do you catch is the vibe different from being in a regular studio in your home studio? Do you feel like comfortable? Like do you be like in a home studio and night you flip flops and you feel like just more comfortable, or do like what made you build a home studio in the first place?
I built the home studio because it was like, okay, when I came home on house arrest, I couldn't do shit. You feel me? So I was like, okay, I came home, and then that's when certain moves start popping. That bread coming in. So now I'm like, okay, set aside some bread. So when I do get off house arrest, I give me a car, pay bills. You feel me? Make sure I'm cool. Put food in the crib. Make sure you feel me. OG cool and stuff like that. But I'm like, I need some studio equipment, so I ain't got no excuse. Nigga, I could get straight out my bed and go to it. Cause that was one thing that was low-key throwing me off. Cause like I'd be times I'd catch a vibe and I couldn't record cause I ain't have no bread and shit like that, or I ain't have enough for the studio time. You feel me? So I'm like, all right.
Studios don't do walk-ins.
You feel me? Shit like that. So it's like I done caught this vibe to this one specific beat. Now I ain't even got that same vibe I had when I first heard the beat. So now it's like now I could just go straight in. I ain't got no excuses. Now it's like it's no reason for me to say I can't make no music. It's no excuse at all for me to say I can't make no music. So that was the whole purpose of me like getting a home studio and shit.
Yeah, for sure. I think once you like you mentioned, like find that sound, get it tuned in right. I don't really think in this age you really don't need no studio, shorty. I was saying Kanye make too many platinum albums in hotel rooms and living rooms and shit.
Bro, you know what's so crazy, bro? I had niggas that I was fucking with, bro, make great ass songs on their phone, bro. And you would hit the shit, you wouldn't even think the niggas made that shit.
I had a couple people send me music. I'm like, where you record this at? They're like, my phone. I'm damn, that shit sound better than my shit.
Band Lab Kings, like niggas, like what's what's Lil Tyler, buddy that be rapping and stuff. Like that song, that Law and Order song he made that off Band Lab.
Oh yeah,
that man changed his life off making a song off Band Lab. Like that's so it's like when I hear stories like that, it put me like it give me a different type of motivation.
Hell yeah.
Like okay, if motherfuckers doing their thing with the little shit, I got a whole studio in my crib. It's definitely no excuse for me not to do my thing. You feel me?
I'm sure. So now that you're doing your thing, man, what's the favorite part about the entire process, man? And it's twofold for you because you in radio and you in music. So what's your favorite part about radio? What's your favorite part about doing radio? What's your favorite part about doing music?
On the radio side, my favorite part about the radio side is it's the artist, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, like just being able to see the passion that they be having coming in there, and like I said, a lot of artists that be coming to us, it be their first interview, so it be like it's like I still remember how I was when I had my first interview, so it put me in a different understanding, and then it make me and this the crazy thing about it. A lot of people don't even know this. I don't get paid $1 to do Fusion Radio. Bro don't get paid to do $1 to do Fusion. Like, and bro been doing the show for 15 years straight. Like, he ain't got $1 for it. Like, and it's like, okay, when I look at his story and look at the passion he got, and then just coming in and talking to all them cold artists and them different people and stuff like that, it be like, man, it put me in the mind frame of this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, it make me feel like I'm on the right path. You feel me? I'm on the righteous path. You feel me?
Yeah, that's mine too. Is meeting the artist, cause you know what I'm saying. Where I come from, you know what I'm saying, we don't do, I don't meet, you know what I'm saying, I don't do too much, you know what I'm saying, meet new motherfuckers and shit like that, you know what I'm saying, but I do, every once in a while, I meet a thorough motherfucker through this shit, shorty, and you know what I'm saying, and that go a long way, you know what I'm saying, for building other opportunities. I be getting the opportunity, like, that's why I say I gotta talk to Brian just because I done had at least more than I can count people come through him like, yeah, Brian Simpson sent me through, like we got a sponsorship or something through Fusion, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely.
That's how he was when he first told me about you, bro. He was like, Cause he was telling me you was trying to set up an interview with us and stuff like that. So I'm like, hell yeah, we could do that. Like hell yeah. But the only reason it didn't materialize cause like it just be so much going on. You feel me? Motherfuckers got shit going on and stuff
You
like
know,
that.
I
So
didn't realize that to the last minute that that's who he was until the last minute on Shorty.
for sure. Because what it was like
Cause at first it was supposed to be y'all two, but then it was like he was trying to get the schedules to align, and then it was just him, but we didn't get the Zoom shit to connect. But we definitely, but now on Shorty, now that shit definitely connected, cause I really fuck with what you brothers got going on. So we definitely connected from here on out. So still talking about the music, man. You mentioned, you know what I'm saying, being able to talk to the artist, you know what I'm saying, meeting the artist every day. Do you ever like get tired of it? Do you ever get
honestly, I ain't gonna lie, like I'm human, bro. Like you feel me? Like you get to the point where sometimes I don't wanna go. But then I think about it, I'm like, nigga, this is your career. You trying to get to a certain level. It's no, you can't do it. Then it's like we only in the studio 1 week. We only in the studio 1 day a week. So it's no real excuse. Like you got you got 6 other days to do your thing. Then it's only from 3 to 5. So it's only 2 hours out your day. Then like I said, I'm networking at the same time. I'm still meeting people like cause a lot of artists coming in with they like managers and like they other people and stuff like that, they entourage and stuff. So I'm rotating with people at the same time. So I'm looking at it like, okay, yeah, I'm coming in here to be a radio personality, but I'm still building connections to be for my artistry too though at the same time.
okay? Let's backtrack a little bit, cause I'm kind of overstepping it, cause I asked you your favorite part about radio. What's your favorite part about doing music?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. My favorite part of doing the music, it's like my favorite part about doing the music, honestly, it's just the whole part about being able to tell my story, bro. And being able, like, can't nobody tell my story better than me. So it's like, cause growing up, one thing I can tell you, I never know what I wanted to be, but I knew for a fact, whatever I was gonna be, I wanted to leave a legacy in this world. I didn't want to leave no legacy where like my kids had to worry about, oh, my daddy was this type of nigga. He was fucked up and he was doing goofy shit. Like, I want to leave a legacy that my people can be proud of, and they be like, yeah, I was related to Y.T.S Keese. Like, that's my uncle, or that's my daddy, or that's my family member. I want to leave one of those type of legacies. So it's like, okay, with the music, I can do that. Then I look at it like music is forever. I could be gone 50 years, 100 years, my music will still be here. My story will still be out here in some type of way. Like even like if you think about like people like Tupac's story still out here because you can still go on YouTube or any music platform and listen to what the fuck he was talking about in the 90s and still understand what he was going through, what was his head at, all types of shit. And you can see the transitions in his life from this point, from when he started to the death row to all that. You can see that in his music, even with him not being here. Like, you don't gotta see, like, basically what I'm trying to say is, you don't gotta have a documentary about Tupac to know about Tupac. Cause you can go listen to his music and figure out who Tupac was in some type of way. You feel me? Even if you don't really go do your homework, if you listen to his music, you will know what type of nigga he is. So I feel like that's my way to connect with people outside of my hood, outside of the outside of Illinois, outside of the United States. I get a chance to tell people my story, and they'll get a chance to understand who I am as a person. You feel me?
All right, man. I got a couple more, and I'm gonna let you get up out of here, man. Real quick, man. We got a bro right here. You know what I'm saying? But what's your support system like, man? Like, I know a lot of times when young brothers go sit down, you know what I'm saying, that I hear a lot of times they be like, I came back to nothing, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers counting me out, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. What's your support system like?
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like, on some real shit, bro, them be on my ass, bro. Like, they be on my ass, cause it's like, at one point in time, I ain't gonna front my move. At one point in time, I didn't have the support system that I got now. But it's not, I'm not saying like people only fuck with me now because I got better. But it's like, in some type of way, if we just gonna keep it 100, don't nobody believe in nothing that ain't got nothing going on. You feel me? So with me doing my thing and putting my foot in this shit and really like putting forth effort to really be an artist, bro, them be on some, they be pushing me. Like I said, like it be to the point where I be reverting back to my old ways. Bro, them be like, nah, bro, we ain't doing that. Hell nah. Like, nigga, we need you to be an artist. We need you to keep pushing being an artist. Like, fuck all that other shit. Like I said, we handle that on the back end, whatever we got going on in the streets and all that shit. Like, we need you to get us out this shit because you got a real skill. You got real talent. Like, you got real potential. So they be, man, them niggas be pushing me. And I be loving that shit. Like, The niggas be pushing me. I ain't gonna lie to you. They be on my ass.
For sure, man. So real quick before you get up out of here, man, just talk to us about what you got going on right now in the music and in radio and what you got coming up in both.
Um, right now, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, I ain't gonna say I'm finna fall back from the music and stuff like that. But right now, what I'm finna do is I'm just finna take a little pause, but not even really. I won't even say like a pause. I'm just gonna take some time to really get my business in order and like get certain personal things in order so I could really put all my whole 10 toes behind the music because as an independent artist, it's I ain't gonna say it's hard, but it's like it's certain things you don't get when you when you independent that you get when you with a label. You're like when you with a label, you get the the you get the assistance, you get the like people to do certain things for you, like as far as being an artist, like setting up interviews or like promoting and like putting yourself out there or setting up certain things for you. But as an independent artist, you got to do all that stuff by yourself. So right now, what I'm doing is I'm trying to fall back a little bit, get my team back together and get us back solid and stuff like that because you can't do this without a team. I ain't gonna lie to you. You can't be an artist without a team because you can't do it by yourself. You can't do everything by yourself. So I'm trying to rebuild my team, make us strong. So then when I get to the point where I feel like, okay, I got everything I need. I know what I need to know. I can move how I need to move. And then I can start like really using my LLC to my advantage. Like it's certain things I didn't know I could really do as far as being an artist with my LLC. Now I know that. So now I could really do certain things and really put forth effort into my music a different way and with a different type of strategy. So right now I'm just trying to tighten up my team, tighten up my craft, work on my sound, and really like get to that point where I say, okay, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to do it. You feel me? I'm doing it my way. You feel me? I'm doing it like a boss. You feel me? I ain't gotta ask nobody when I could drop or ask nobody when I could do this, do that. I'm doing this all on me. I'm doing this on the strength of me and how I want to do it. So I'm getting back to that. And when I get back to that and I do that, then I build that buzz how I want to. I'm gonna go ahead and drop that debut album. But until then, I'm chilling right now though. But I definitely got some things in store as far as like different singles and features and stuff that I'm gonna be dropping and stuff like that just to keep that buzz up. And then another important thing I'm gonna get back to. I'm gonna get back to doing them shows. And get back to doing them shows because that's how I build my fan base up and connect with the people and stuff. So besides that, and then on the radio tip, I ain't gonna lie, I'm trying to take Fusion Radio to the next level. I ain't gonna lie to you, like, cause me personally, ever since I feel like I've been a part of the show, cause I've been in a part of the show for like a year now. So ever since I feel like I've been a part of the show, I feel like just like we've been gradually, like, you feel me, progressing as far as like our views and like people that want to do interviews with us because we've been like I got a chance to interview Monty the G, Amari Blaze, you feel me, CCBK, like different little artists from the city and stuff like that got a buzz, you feel me, 10K Kobe, like people like that, you feel me, and I got a chance to do this radio show, so it's like I ain't gonna lie, bro, I'm working, I'm pushing.
For sure. We definitely see you, man. Keep that shit up, man. Motherfuckers definitely see you. I'm gonna do my part to share and promote as much as I can. Before you get up out of here, man, let the people know where they can find you on social media, where they can find you on the music, where they can find Fusion Radio, where they can be on Fusion Radio, all that good shit.
Oh, for sure, man. On the music tip, if you want to get up with me, man, just go on YouTube, go on SoundCloud, Spotify. I'm on anything you want to listen to music on. I'm on that motherfucker. Just type in Y.T.S Keese. Y.T.S Keese. Just type that in, man, and you feel me? You go ahead and check out that hot shit. And I got shit for everybody. I got shit for the females. I got shit for the street niggas. I got shit for the regular niggas, all that. And then, like, social media wise, if you want to follow my movement and what I'm doing, just on Facebook, it's just Y.T.S Keese, you feel me? I spell it the same way like I do my rap name, you feel me? Just Y.T.S Keese, that's on Facebook. And then on Instagram, it's YTS_093. And if you want to get up with me as far as like Fusion Radio, you can either hit me up on Instagram or Facebook, you feel me? We could chop it up in the DMs, try to figure out, set up an interview as far as that. Or if you could go through the main Fusion Radio page, that's Fusion Radio 08. You feel me? Y'all could go through that on Instagram and stuff like that and either talk to me or my boy Brian and we could try to set up an interview for sure.
All right, for sure, man. Appreciate you coming through, man. I wasn't expecting to have a conversation like that, man. So that's always good when a brother comes through and it's something that we're gonna build on. I'm gonna have to have you back, man, because we could have kept going. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
we really didn't even get into the nitty gritty for real. But it's cool though. We give him a little something.
Yeah, for real. I gotta have you back, man. We up in here running out of camera space, man. But for sure, I'm sure we out win. So make sure y'all like, subscribe, man. Part 2 coming soon, man. Appreciate you coming through, man.
Gang.
In a minute, gang.